Folks, it's rare that I will sit down and talk with a restaurant owner. In order for that to happen, their score has to be so phenomenal that it merits it. Now, we were at a place called Fantini's a few weeks ago with a New Haven style pizza that blew the doors off of my reviews. One of the highest, actually the highest review I've ever given a pizzeria. New Haven style was amazing. They believe, Sharon, was it a 9.5? It was a very high score. I'll leave a link here to let you see what it was. We came back here to a place called Pizzeria Sophia, located in Delray Beach, Florida. The address, Frankie?
It's 15065 State Road 7, and it's the corner of West Atlantic and 441.
Okay, so this is Frankie. He's the owner. Now, what is unique and what is really, it's really what it should be, is consistency across the board with all of your foods. Quality ingredients, the love, the passion, the desire, those are ingredients that you cannot buy. You can't go to a distributor or a food purveyor. You can't buy those things. They have to be in you. They're in Frankie and his entire staff. Now, their meatball review, he doesn't even know it yet, received a 9.2. That is phenomenal. Doesn't happen. The meatball was incredible. We're going to come back here and try their sandwiches very soon. But right now, we tried their meatballs. I look forward to trying your sandwiches. I really do. The meatballs were incredible. Frankie, without giving away the secrets, how did you manage to make, I always look for moist meatballs, perfectly seasoned, a balance between the meat and the moist breadcrumbs and the bread. What is your magic? You don't have to give away too much of the secrets. Are you using a multitude of different types of meat?
No, I'm not actually. You know, when I'm home, like most people growing up, I'm using the beef, the pork, and the veal.
Okay.
But here, because my clientele is so diverse, some people don't eat beef, they don't want to eat pork. So, I mean, so it's 100% beef.
Okay.
That I use for the business. And, you know, everyone has their tricks and all. And mine really, I think the egg portion of the recipe.
Putting the eggs in the meat.
You know, I do use a nice amount of eggs.
Okay.
And I don't go real crazy with breadcrumbs, which would really make things a little drier. But other than that, it's really just a recipe that I've honed through my years.
Over the years.
Nothing magical other than it's how I like it. You know, you tweak it through time to how you like to eat them, and that's basically what I did.
Now, all of us Italians, Frank, I mean, we were brought up, when I say the God-given gift of a palate, the taste buds that we have from our parents. You were brought up with Italian heritage in your family.
Yes.
And you obviously, did you see this growing up with your mom and your grandma?
Yeah, and you know how many times I got in trouble for eating the meatballs after church before they went in the gravy? So yes, you know, it's a rite of passage. But my recipe is more my father's side than my mother's.
And he's from what part of Italy?
Sicily.
Sicily. So he's Sicilian and Neapolitan. And what he just mentioned before it goes in the sauce is something that we used to do. Today it's absolutely taboo. But when we were kids, we would actually grab the chopped meat raw.
Absolutely.
You remember that? So we would grab the chopped meat raw after it was seasoned, and we would eat it. There was no fear of contamination or anything like that. We would eat the meat raw, and nowadays it's a delicacy in restaurants, a tartare,
right?
and it's crazy, but your place is immaculate. I talk a lot about pride in ownership. We walk up to your location, the doors, there are no fingerprints, okay? Now that to me is a telltale sign. When I see fingerprints all over the doors, that's saying to me someone's not paying attention, okay? Because if I see that, I start to wonder, what is beyond that layer? Frankie, how do you stay on top of keeping this place so it's a big place inside, guys. It's big. How do you keep on the immaculate condition of this place?
Well, first of all, I appreciate that. And real quick, last night it was busy. And in the middle of the night, I see my wife running. And I said, where are you going? And there was a bunch of kids here, and there was fingerprints everywhere. So in the middle of a Friday night rush, she's doing the doors. And it's just, like you said, it's something that we're very cognizant of. And it does mean a lot, because I'm the same way when I go into a place. And of course, there's going to be times when there's fingerprints, because it's busy. But it's how, you know, it's just staying on top of things when you can. Anytime there's downtime, there's something to do in a restaurant.
Always.
No matter where, front of the house, back of the house, there's something to do.
Always, always. Your bread is made fresh here.
It is.
And what don't you make fresh? I mean, you make pretty much, I know your cheese is grande, so you don't make that here.
We don't make that here. Of course, the sauce we make every day. The sausage, someone makes our sausage for me. I don't make it myself, although I
Okay.
grew up a sausage maker. But everything else we really do ourselves here.
Are you using some Marzano tomatoes?
I am not, and I am one of those people who I think there's a lot of hype to a lot of things. I use a California tomato.
California,
and
okay.
I've been using it for years, and I love it, and there's never been any issues, so there's no need to change. And there's a lot of, I'm the same way with my flour too. Some people use the Caputo and things, but I use what I like, and I've used through the years, and it's a high quality.
Now, one of the questions a lot of people have is your sauce that you use on the pizzas.
Yes.
Do you pre-cook the sauce or do you not pre-cook the sauce?
I do not.
You do not. Okay, now that, guys, that is the authentic way to do it. You do not, under any circumstances, cook the sauce before you put it on the pizza. It's taboo. It's a no-no. Frankie, we were talking inside about cutting corners, and you, like myself, are offended when another pizzeria owner, we call it phoning it in, folks, phones it in. They cut corners. They look for the cheapest cheese. I've been to places where I've asked them what type of cheese they use, and they tell me, well, whatever's on sale that month. Guys, you can't do that. You're not going to put out a quality product like Frankie does at Pizzeria Sophia in Delray. It's not going to happen if you cut corners. Okay, can you make a lousy product with the best ingredients? Of course. Of course you can, because you don't know what you're doing. But when you know what you're doing and you put in that time, in today's day and age with YouTube and Google, there's no reason why you shouldn't know how to find a recipe and experiment with it. Frankie, your place is great. I really love it. I love the food. I can't wait to come back and try your sandwiches.
I can't wait for you to try it.
I know you make a mean broccoli rab and pork, roast pork. And I know that you make an amazing sausage and peppers, correct?
Sausage, yeah.
Whenever I think sausage and peppers, I think San Gennaro Festival in New York City. So I'm looking forward to that. I want to thank you very much for your time,
Frank, I appreciate
and wish you continued great success, because people like you deserve it, because you care about the consumer. That's the most important thing. Thank you so much for your time, Frankie. Pizzeria Sophia, Delray.